We have the lovely Lauren Alaina on Pure Country. So good to see you.
It's so good to see you. You look beautiful.
I wore all my flowers for you because every time
I should have done that.
I know, I was like, come on, I thought you were going to wear flowers.
I've literally worn flowers every day for 2 weeks.
That's what I thought. So I was like, I have a few floral things in the closet. I'm like, I'm pulling them out for Lauren.
Well, now you'll represent Sitting Pretty
Yes,
on
I
Top
got
of
you,
the World.
girl. So congratulations on the new album, Sitting Pretty on Top of the World. It's so incredible. You should be so proud. What's it like putting this out? Because I know this one I feel like is extra special to you.
I have never been more proud of an album. And I really think it represents the woman that I am now. The world met me as a 15-year-old girl on American Idol, and I've gone through a lot. And I really feel like Sitting Pretty on Top of the World represents who I am now. And I take it from like the beginning of love and I end it with new beginnings and hope. So I'm just really proud of it. It's been really well received, which is exciting. People are loving it, which makes me love it even more.
Yeah.
And it's always really scary and vulnerable to put out a project, but the reaction has been undeniable. And I'm so proud.
I can't imagine. Because I mean, for a writer, when you're a writer on the songs, which you are on 14 of the 15 songs, you're almost just submitting your personal diaries to the world and going, I really hope you like what I've got to say.
Hey, here's my heart. Do with it what you will. It's like a boy.
Yeah.
It's like giving a boy your heart.
Which is always scary, but sometimes it turns out really good. And this one definitely did. And I love the title of the album when I first saw it, but then I loved it even more when I listened to the title track and heard the hit and rock bottom Sitting Pretty on Top of the World. I feel like when I saw the title originally, I was like, oh, this is cool. And then I went, oh my God, this is such a different meaning than I thought I was going to hear. Was that song written from at the very beginning and you knew that was going to be the title, or how did that kind of come to be?
I wrote it about midway. But I came up with the idea. I was out for a walk and I was wearing my mask and we were on complete lockdown. And I got overwhelmingly sad. It was like the day that the pandemic really hit me. I think we all had a different moment of like, whoa, when we like realized what was actually happening in the world.
Yep.
And then I got upset with myself for being upset because I am like pretty fortunate considering. But I wrote down hitting rock bottom, sitting on top of the world. And when I went in to write it with Sasha Sloan and Jordan Reynolds, I was like, I have this idea. We've got to be creative with how to deal with it because it's about my struggles with depression, but I want to make it more universal so that it's a clearer idea.
Mm-hmm.
And so we made it about a breakup, which was pretty fitting considering most of these songs on this record are about breakups. But it's pretty metaphorical for me. And it's about my struggles with depression and how over the last like 2 years, I've been the bubbly, happy girl on TV, on Dancing with the Stars, on tour, getting number ones on the radio. And also in my personal life, I went through 2 really brutal, fairly public breakups that I didn't know how to address. And then I was in a pandemic and I had time to think about it all.
And I was write it all down.
Oh no, I need help. And so I started talking to my therapist about it. And really this whole album as a whole is it's about me going through, like me being a woman in the public eye and just me being a woman in general. We all go through loss and heartache and we all need a little bit of healing right now. And really this project represents healing. And that's why I ended the whole thing with Change My Mind, because that's about hope and new beginning and giving love another try. And that will be my new chapter. This album represents the last chapter and now I'm starting the new chapter.
I mean, I want to soak in this album, but I can't wait to hear the next chapter.
Hopefully, fingers crossed the next one will be a love album. If not, I'm really going to be in trouble.
I gotta cross my fingers for you. But I was so glad when I saw the song, I'm Not Sad Anymore. It was one of my favorites because I was like, how has this not been written yet? It is 99% of the time during a breakup, the girl is very upset right after, and the guy just goes off living his life. And then it's like, when you get to that moment of feeling, okay, I'm fine now, they just come crawling back in.
Hey, I'm gonna tell you, my ex was the king of that for a while. I finally have to be like, do not call me anymore.
You gotta
I'm
go.
not answering. Because it was like, I would finally be like, oh yeah, I'm good. I'm gonna go out and do something with my girls. And then he'd call while I was out. It was like he had radar or something, and just not cool. So I was like,
I know that
like,
feeling.
This
It's
has
not
got
fun.
to stop.
Yeah.
But that was a really empowering song for me, because I got to a place where I was like, if he calls, I won't answer. I'm done.
You'll just play this song.
I'm not sad anymore.
You should. That's what you need to play. And okay, I feel like I have so much I want to talk to you about, because you have so much exciting stuff going on. I feel like we need a girls' night, but new movie out, the Hallmark Channel. So how cool is that? Roadhouse Romance. And I'm pretty sure you filmed it in Canada, or part of it, right?
I did. Okay. I filmed it in Vancouver. I stayed in White Rock.
How
which is beautiful, by the way.
That had to be a good place to be during this crazy time, at least.
Not too bad, I gotta say.
Yeah.
When I could just walk down to the beach, that was pretty nice. I was like right on the beach.
Was it fun getting to switch into a whole new version of Lauren in the acting world?
It was really nice. And I really enjoyed the character. She's a lieutenant in the Army. Her name's Callie Jackson. And it was really nice to represent the military, because my dad was in the Army. And it was a really nice nod for him and all of our servicemen and women. And I come home to my hometown in Tennessee after being deployed for 2 years, and it's a mess. And I was like, oh yeah, I got this. Put me in, coach. I can play this character.
I can't wait to watch it. I feel like I've got to listen to the whole record, then watch the movie, and then on November 23rd, read your new book that comes out. So you wrote a self-help book, Getting Good at Being You, Learning to Love Who God Made You. I feel like after writing the album, you almost kind of had to write this book, because you probably went through so much, growth and learning on how to help yourself. It's like I'm really glad that you're going to share with us what you learned through that.
I share quite a bit in the book. I share about my eating disorder, my celebrations in my career, my foundation that I used to help others, my family, my friends, the loss of my stepfather, my dad's recovery from alcoholism, and kind of how all of those things shaped me into the woman that I am, and how I healed from those things and celebrated some of those things and became the woman that I am now. And I've been through a lot in that 26 years, and just really exciting to be able to share my story and give a little advice for someone out there who may need it. And it's a gift book, so you buy it for your friend or yourself if you need it.
I'm gonna buy it for myself. I'm like, buying it for me. And then I'll give it to my friends to read after. That'll be my gift. Last thing, because it was hard for me to choose this. I went through the record. I'm a big lyric person, and I love the song, It Was Me. There's a lyric in there that says, so I could see that it wasn't you I didn't love, it was me. And that lyric hit me so hard. I feel like 20-year-old Shannon needed that lyric in her life. But do you have a favorite lyric in any of the songs you wrote?
Well, that song, I will pick a different song.
Okay.
Because you picked that one.
You can't copy mine.
Well, that's my favorite song I've ever written.
I don't blame you.
Hands down. But I would say my second favorite is Good Old Boy. And my favorite line would be, you're a good old boy. You just didn't love me that good, old boy. And I love that, because this was like a guy that's not super significant to my story overall. But he kind of he came after those 2 breakups, and he just wasn't right for me, and he wasn't giving me what I needed. But because I'd done so much growth, I recognized that and removed myself from the situation. But at the end of the day, he's a good person. And that thought was important for me to share for young women and men. If someone is a good person, but they're not good for you, they're not good for you.
Yeah.
And it's good to walk away from someone that's not good for you.
Yeah.
And it's okay to recognize that they're a good person. But I was thinking like one day he'll be a good this and one day he'll be a good that. But the thing is, if he's not good right now, he's not what you need right now. And so that lyric is really important for me to share.
I love that. I love that song too. And I feel like the whole record is just so cohesive and such an incredible start to finish album. So congratulations. And we cannot wait to have you back in Canada, hopefully soon.
I'm coming.
Okay, good. I want to watch the movie with you, listen to the record, and read the book. We'll have a girls' night.
Deal.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Lauren Alaina on Pure Country.
Thank you.